catch me doing that either.
You ought to see the girls at these rodeo schools. Y'all got guts.
Rodeo's a rough sport. A lot of people get hurt, don't they?
Now and then. But I've been on the rodeo circuit for about a year now. It hasn't been that bad. I got kicked in the face once and I broke this cheekbone.
Ouch.
And I dislocated this shoulder, but it didn't mess up my ride. Oh, and 6 months ago, I got this foot caught between a fence and a bronc. But I only had to be off it for a week.
A week?
Well, I thought I was having fun.
Oh, sounds like fun to me.
I hear you have a new horse in this morning.
Several.
They say one hasn't been ridden yet.
That's what they say.
Well, that's the one I'm going to ride.
You got to draw him to ride him.
Number 1. Is that dumbfounded?
That ain't him.
Number 10.
You got him.
Why do they call him dumbfounded?
When you hit the ground, you'll find out. Now get your gear ready. He's waiting in the chute.
All right.
Next.
Hey, boys. I'm up on dumbfounded. Frisky, ain't she?
What are you doing?
Hey, don't worry about it. Hey, turn around.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
I don't want her to get hurt.
Look, you just look out for your own self. In rodeo, you live and die by the luck of the draw. And it doesn't matter whether you get a money horse or a dog. You draw him, you ride him. You never, never ride another man's draw.
Why'd you take my horse?
I didn't think you could ride it.
We'll never know, will we?
Hey, I understand you're going to take the SATs. Want you to know I appreciate that.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to make me change my mind about quitting school.
Well, you're not serious about that, are you?
Why not? I've always wanted to become a professional cowboy. The other guys I'll be competing against on the circuit practice all the time.
That doesn't mean you have to quit school, does it?
Look, Adam, I want to be a champ. Maybe you don't understand how much that takes.
Wait a minute. What if you don't make it on the circuit? Where are you then?
Look, that's the chance I'm willing to take, okay? School's all right, but I'm not into it anyway, so what's the point?
All right, you mind telling me what kind of a future you expect to have as a high school dropout? It's ridiculous. What happens when you're 35 and too old to ride bucking stock? What kind of job you gonna get without a high school diploma?
I'll do what Coop does. I'll teach. I bet you he doesn't have a high school diploma. I'll start a rodeo school.
You don't just start a rodeo school. It takes money and a
I'll
reputation.
be making money. That's the whole
You're
point.
17 years old. You don't know what you're talking about.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
You'll get your vote of confidence when you start talking some sense. Now, no one in this family has ever failed to finish high school, and you're not going to be the first.
Look, Adam. You're not my father. You're my brother. How are you going to make me stay if I don't want to?
You just better hope I don't have to show you.
But I'd stop by for a little visit if that's all right with you.
Sure.
You really think this is a good way for a girl your age to be living?
Oh, come on. It's a little late for fatherly concern, isn't it?
Look, I am your father. Whether you believe it or not, I do care.
You showed me how much you cared when I was 6 years old. I can live without that.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Of course I do. You were hot. You were king of the heap. You were so busy on the rodeo circuit, you didn't have time for Mom and me. We were just in the way.
Sally, let me tell you something. Now, you're young and full of fire, but there's going to come a time when you're going to see things differently. As far as my life with your mother goes, I'll be glad to talk to you about that after you had your heart broken a couple of times. Now, rodeo's the only thing I know. I left you behind because I didn't want you to go through all the hardships I went through.
Well, why didn't you ask us first? Why didn't you let us choose?
I did what I thought was best for you.
Well, you didn't do well enough. Listen, Coop, you owe me. I want to be world champion. I got what it takes, too. And you're gonna get me there, whether you like it or not. Excuse me.
Hey, look, Coop. We're all pretty upset over Evan wanting to quit school and head out on the circuit. I don't think he really knows just how tough that kind of life is.
I don't tell him to hit the circuit. Most of them aren't ready for it anyway.
Well, what about Evan?
Brian, Evan's got more talent than most of them, but I'm in the same boat you're in with Sally. She's already quit school. She's been out on the circuit for a year. She's just using me to keep on moving.
Well, what are you gonna do?
What can I do? She won't listen to me. And besides, I can't tell her how to live her life. She's doing the same thing I did at her age.
Yeah, it is a tough one.
You're darn right it is. You know, I'm slowing down. I'd like nothing better than to have me a good relationship with that kid. I always thought that somewhere, sometime, we'd connect up and everything would be fine. But now I find out I don't have anything to draw on. I don't know her, she don't know me. After the rodeo, she'll hightail it out of here, and that'll be the end of that.
Well, what does she really want from you? It's rodeo or revenge?
Beats me. When I was young, I dreamed of highways. Never knew I'd find you there. You've got yours, and I've got my ways. It's all gone, I don't care. Then come lay down here upon my pillow. I've got to see you one more time. Don't tell lies, they're hard to handle. It's too late to change my mind. Gee, some words don't come easy, some don't come at all. Don't think I'll be talking when you leave. Late last night I thought I heard you crying. I guess you had some trouble in your sleep, and the only sound I can rely on is the song you're singing when you leave. Yeah, some words don't come easy, some don't come at all. Don't think I'll be talking when you leave. When I was young, I dreamed of highways. Never knew I'd lose you there. You've got yours, and I've got my ways. It's all gone, and I don't care. It's all gone, and I don't care.
Is Evan still going to take the SATs, do you know?
Last I heard, he said he would.
Aren't there some schools that have rodeo scholarships? Maybe that would convince him to finish high school.
I don't think that's our worry right now. Evan's looking at this thing as a testing ground. If he does well today, he's gone.
Well, I sure didn't help matters much by yelling at him.
Honey, you gotta do what you think is best for him. And hope he makes the right choice.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Crawford County Junior Rodeo, where contestants between the ages of 14 and 17 will compete in 7 rodeo events in both boys and girls divisions. Now, boys and cowboys from 7 states are competing here this afternoon. Now, the top money winner in 2 or more events will be considered the Carbon County All-Around Champion. Now we'll pick up the action over here with the frame of bull riding. Our first contestant is Jim Johnson, Moab, Utah, on the famous bull they call Shorty T. Action takes place shooting number 6.
How you feel? You nervous?
I saw your family out there. You know, you're lucky.
How come?
They care about what you do. They're interested.
Yeah, well, sometimes they get a little too interested. Keep wanting to tell me what to do. You'd think it was their future instead of mine.
Well, maybe you ought to think twice about quitting school. Being on your own isn't all that great. There have been lots of times I really wish somebody had been around to help me figure things out.
I thought you liked being independent.
Wait till you try it. You'll see. Being independent is the same thing as being alone. If I had a real family like you have, I sure wouldn't leave them. Hey, good luck, okay?
All right, see you.
Bye.
Bye.